welcome to Campbell Explorers. Thanks for coming along today. Today we're going to check out Pennyfield Lock, which is one of the locks along the C&O towpath. It's actually lock 22. We're going to look around. It's a really good example of how a lock works. And then we're going to take a walk up to Violette's Lock, which is about 2.5 miles along the towpath. This walk's really awesome because it's flat. You have some great views of Potomac. You have some really good views of the actual canal. About halfway through, you're going to pass Blockhouse Point, which is an area I really want to do a video on. Lots of really cool trails up there. Another cool thing about Pennyfield Lock is it actually has a lock house there that's been renovated, and you can stay the night there. So construction on Pennyfield Lock and the lock house started in 1829. The lock house was finished in 1830, and the lock was finished in 1831. For some reason, the marker says 1832. I'm not quite sure why. One of them's right. The lock was actually named after George Pennyfield, who was one of the lock keepers there. His son Charles was a lock keeper towards the end of the lock service. One of the cool trivia facts the lock is known for is that Grover Cleveland used to go fishing there. He'd stay at the Pennyfield house. The house was torn down about 15 years ago, but there's still pictures online. Today we're going to check out the parking situation, we're going to check out the restrooms, take a look at the lock, take a look at the outside of the lock house, and then we'll get started. You know, parking is actually really good. You can park right here, which I recommend if you can. You can park all along the road right here, and there's actually a ton of parking to vary into this road. This walk's pretty long though, so yeah, park here. All right, let's see what we have here. And head down the path to the lock. One more to check out by the lock house. Overall, not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. The Pennyfield house was right about there. There's still some evidence of the foundation of the house in the ground. There used to be other buildings right around here. Bridge. The basic engineering behind a lock is actually pretty simple. The boat's coming from OCanal. It's going to approach the lock gate, and paddles will open up, filling the lock chamber with water from OCanal. Once the lock chamber is filled up, the gates will open and the boat will move right in. Paddles on the other side are going to open up to lower the level of the water. When those gates open up, the boat continues down canal. So the nice thing about this part of the towpath is generally very flat. The ground is packed down hard. It's kind of this thick, coarse, gravelly layer on top. Okay, let's get moving. You get to mile marker 20, there's a really cool trail just to the left of it. That's something we're going to check out. Very nice view of the Potomac today. got a little warm. I had to take my coat off. So as you walk along the towpath, you're going to hear sounds all around you, obviously, of nature. Sometimes you're going to hear a loud noise just off the path. Now, most of the time that's going to be a squirrel, but sometimes it's going to turn out to be something like a deer. So this is Blockhouse Point behind me. A lot of people walk down this way. It's like a service road. There's a pipeline that runs under this and goes all the way across to Virginia. Blockhouse Point has a lot of trails, but that's for a future video. Mile 21. Got a nice big path going down to the river. Now it's very steep right here, and it's going to be probably very slippery. Let's give it a try. So this right here is one of the reasons that a canal is needed. There's no way boats are getting through this. So there's a retaining wall that starts here, and it runs for about maybe a little under a third of a mile. It does require maintenance. I was walking this trail back in August, and the maintenance crew was fixing all this up. Start to extend out right about here. I'm not sure, that's probably added much later from the original. It's really overgrown. I think it's fairly uncommon, but some people do not clean up after their pets. So definitely keep an eye out for that. No one wants that. Now this view right here is actually one of my favorite views along this part of the towpath. The bummer is there's leaves in all the trees. I think it's better to come out here in the late fall, winter, early spring. Get a gorgeous view of all this. It's really nice. You're gonna come to this little open area right here with a really big tree. You walk about 30 feet past that, and it's a trail right here. Let's see what's down here. Opens up to a neat little area where someone's doing some camping. Really nice view from here. Someone with their Crocs behind. Can't blame them. All right, back on the trail. Fall is on the way. All right, we're really close to Violette's Lock, but let's see what's down this trail. I don't want to watch out for these roots on the way down. So as soon as you come around this slight bend in the path, you can see the bridge at the Violette's Lock parking lot right up ahead there. All right, as we approach Violette's Lock, you're going to see mile marker 22. All right, that is Pennyfield Lock to Violette's Lock. It's a nice walk, even ground, quite a few cyclists, not many walkers. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If I said something wrong, put it in the comments. If your experience was different than mine, I was even better. Thanks for watching.